Little update for my great guitar build off, just to let you know where I'm at. I haven't really got much further, and there's a reason for that. I've been doing some research on this truss rod and trying to source one with a chrome wheel of that of length of 460. It seems the only place I could buy that was the place I bought it from. However, I found a place that's got these identical rods but at shorter lengths, and he also has them at the right length, or he has some rods at the right length but with a black wheel. I asked him, could you like take that off one and put it on the other, or if not, I'll just buy them both, blah blah blah. He said you can't, because this is fixed in, they weld it in there. So the seller told me what he knows about these truss rods, and the reason why they weld them into this particular style is because you should be able to access the wheel through the actual fingerboard there. So you cut out a recess in the fingerboard and you kind of hide it in there. Now that's not good if you need to have the spoke wheel out there, because that means you need to cut all of that away to get that, and that would just look awful. So we have one seller who knows what he sells, and we have one seller who does not know what he sells. So just want to give you an update on that. So I've decided I'm going to just buy the black one and scuff it up with some sandpaper, paint it chrome, rather than wait maybe 3 weeks to get it from overseas. That's one of my problems kind of solved. Another problem I'm having here is to do with the bridge. Seems I have had to rethink the whole thing. Where the neck hits that body, there's a drop from the top of the fingerboard to the body of 13 mil. Quite a high drop. If you go and look at yours now, they're mostly between like 2, 3, 4, or perhaps even 5 mil. 30 mil is quite big. That means I'm limited as to my choices of bridge right now. I'm going to probably plane off some of the bottom there, that heel, and get that lower. However, on the old bridge, where the string went through was 10 mil off the body, and then that come up across there like that from that 10 mil. Types of bridge I want are much lower than that, so I can't use those. Even if I shave some off there, it's still too close for comfort. So I'm probably going to go with like the Gibson style bridge instead, like the wraparounds. I'm looking at Hip Shot. There are no specs for the bridge that I want available on their website. The bridge in question has been released probably at least 5 years, and they still haven't put a spec sheet on their website. The only other website that has a spec sheet kind of for it is StewMac, only that's more of a hand-drawn, not to scale, and it's incomplete. It doesn't show all of the specs that I need, i.e. how high, so that's no good. I was speaking to Hip Shot last week when we were talking about the fixed hardtail bridge, but now that I've asked for information on the other types of bridges, they seem to have gone cold on answering questions. It's been like a week now, so I don't know what to do with that. There's nobody in the UK that has got the chrome version of that bridge in stock anywhere. There's no gold either, but I wanted chrome. There is black, and that's another seller who says to me, if I want the black, he will open it up and take every measurement, blah 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 blah. And, well, I don't want black, so yeah, I'm not wasting his time with that. I have written to a seller on eBay in the US asking if they could maybe expedite shipping. Of course I would pay more if they would first perhaps give me the full specs of that bridge before I buy it, or should I perhaps just go ahead buy it. Now the plan B is Hip Shot have another wraparound bridge which has got a higher profile than the one I want. It's always the case, the thing I want, you know, I have issues in trying to get it. So I'm having problems with the bridge still. Tuners again, Hip Shot. What's going on with you guys? The ones I need are 8.5 mil because of the vintage holes here. I can get the 10 mil. I want the grip and I want the enclosed with the UMP. Can't get them in the UK right now unless they are staggered, and I don't particularly want staggered. Unstaggered, like I said before in one of my earlier videos, I'm quite happy with the string trees. I don't mind them. Forget the staggered, that means I don't need them per se, but how good do they actually work anyway? If I buy the ones in the UK, they are 10mm. I would need to ream the holes as well for that. So again, it means buying what I don't want in the UK versus buying what I do want from outside the UK, and that's with two different items. There's probably still is time for me to buy those right now. Fingers crossed, they arrive in a few weeks and there's still time left. However, because of the importance of those pieces, the bridge per se, because I need those exact specs, you know, that's holding me up. I can't shave the heel, which means I guess I can't take care of the rest of the neck. You know, do I just sit and wait? I wonder how many other people competing in this for fun are having the kinds of issues that I'm having. Keep you updated with anything else. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and cut the new inlays for this. So the other thing I realised a few days ago, I've got a Dremel and I have a cordless drill, low power, and I have an old drill on a cord. But those are the only power tools I have. I don't really like them. I just feel that there's more fun in doing it by hand. I was looking for a bit for the Dremel so that I could route out the pick guard shape and leave a 45-degree bevel there. You can't get them with a 3.2mm shank to fit a Dremel. In Europe, you can buy a bit called a TR618 that does have the 45-degree bevel on it, but it doesn't fit the Dremel as you know it. It fits a Dremel Trio. However, if you live in the US or Asia, you can just buy the bit. It's called a 618, and you don't need to buy a Trio, which is around about £60, and I believe has been discontinued in Europe anyway, because when you visit the website of Dremel Europe, you cannot find the Trio, but you can still find the bit, like the TR618. If I buy the 618 from the US or Asia, it's going to cost me around about £28 to arrive just for one. At that point, you know, you're in the price point kind of territory of buying a used router, 1/4" router, which would give it more heft. So yeah, Dremel, that's a big foul, complete and utter foul. Maybe it's not powerful enough to run that type of cut, but then why would you sell that bit in the US and Asia and not in Europe? Why would you make the consumer in Europe have to buy a bit that fits a different machine that you sell? Screw you, Dremel. I'm probably gonna, if I want to cut out my pick guard and leave a nice bevel on it, because of all the curves and whatnot, I think a router's best. I don't know if I should cut it and then go around it by hand. I guess that's what they used to do years ago, maybe. I'm not sure. Actually no, years ago they was just using one piece pick guards, wasn't they?